Hello friends, today I am going to some of the Unity basics. Now let us start the Unity. I have created a new project named Graphpedia 1 and set it as 3D. So let's start. My Unity game engine is starting. We have to wait some time. In the meantime, I want to show you some of my games which I have made with Unity and which will cover in the next sessions how to make these games. See friends, I started the BlueStacks. BlueStacks is a engine which runs the mobile applications on Windows. It is a mobile emulator. It supports Android system and can let us install the Play Store apps and mobile games. You can see my later videos in which I have covered that how to install BlueStacks and run it to install and play mobile games and apps. See friends, here is our Unity game engine. Now let us do something here. First of all, we will learn about these buttons. To learn about these buttons, we have to create a new game object. To create a new game object, we have to go here by clicking on game object. A dialog box will appear. Click on the 3D object. By clicking on 3D object, click on the cube. A cube will be created with scale 1 into 1 into 1. Now we will see the what will work this first button will do. Now let us click here. We can move the Unity scene with this button like this. We can move our scene here and there by this button. This is very useful to set our camera and our game system to help us make our game more attractive. Now let us see the use of second button. This button is used to rescale the objects and replace the objects on the screen like this. We can replace the objects on the screen and our scene window. This will replace our cube. Now let us create a new game object, sphere, by going on the game objects and 3D object sphere. Here we can replace our sphere and cube where we want. This is the work of second button. Now let us see the work of third button. This is a rotator button. This rotator button will help you rotate your game objects as you want. See, like this. You can rotate your game object in the window as you want by 90 degree or any angle. By also you can do inspector like this, or you can try other degrees. Now let us talk about the fourth button. This fourth button will help you to resize your game objects. For example, we have to resize this ball. We can resize this ball by resizing this yellow arrow. We can drag this yellow arrow and our game object will be resized. Now to resize it uniformly, we have to resize its all origins. For example, red, green and blue. We have resized yellow. Now we will resize green also and blue too. See, our game object has been resized on other sides. Now we can also resize this cube like this. See friends, this is the work of this fourth button. Now we will see the work of this fifth button. Fifth button is a frame button. It changes the frame of your game and make it flat or thin as you want. It changes the frame rate of your game. For example, if you want your sphere to be thin, you can make it by this way. You don't need to scale it, just use this button to rescale it. And all you can do is to plane the objects and making them more enlightened by using this button. So this is the use of these buttons. Now friends, let us see the use of all the windows. Number 1. This is a scene window. Scene window is used to work with the Unity game objects and all the processes that we want to create in our game. It is the main window where we work. Without it, we can't work in our game window. And this is the game scene. Game scene is used to see our game, which will the users look when we build our game. When we build our game, the users will look the game similarly as here shows. We can change our main camera to change the game scene. For example, we can move it here and there to change our camera. We can check this by creating a new game object, capsule. Now we can see that there is looking a capsule. Now we can change the camera's location by placing it. Here is the camera preview. This is the work of game window. Players will look the capsule as we are looking here. They will not see the scene window. Now other is animator. Animator is very useful for RPG and other high graphics game because when the characters need to be animated. Characters are animated here and their path and motion paths are created in the animator window. Animator window is used to create the motion paths and making the connection between the animations between different game objects. Now other is the asset store. We are working offline, so asset store will not work, but asset store is the official site of Unity where we can get many Unity free assets and paid assets too. You can see our later videos in which we have tell that how to download paid assets for free. There you can see that we can also download paid assets in the Unity for free from other sites. Now let us look other windows. Here are the other windows. Scene game inspector. Inspector is the window which we look there. Here we can apply our game objects to different scales, positions, rotations, and also the skipped objects and other filters. For example, we have to position the capsule, so we can make it 0, 0 and 0. Our capsule is replaced, and if we place it here, our inspector is affected. Now let us see other. Here is the hierarchy. Hierarchy is used to move between our game objects to make us easy to look for every and each game object in our scene window. Here we have 3 game objects: capsule, directional light and main camera. Now here is the project window. Project window shows our assets and all the projects which we have created in the meantime. This is profiler. Profiler is not very used in our Unity 3D game engine. Now friends, thanks. Subscribe our channel, share our videos, and if you have any problem, you can ask in our comments box. Thank you friends. Subscribe us if you are not subscribed yet.